around DX land? How about it DX land? Highlander. Highlander, Rocky Mountains of Wyoming. Break, 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 break. Hello, 5-1 Virginia. 5-1 Virginia. Highlander. Highlander, Rocky Mountains of Wyoming. Break, break, break.
Yeah, good morning.
Check 5-1. Check 5-1. I'll tell you, it's mighty busy out there, no doubt, but I hear you coming over the top. 5-1 out there in Virginia. Highlander around the cowboy state of Wyoming. Back out. It's pretty crazy. I'm sitting in southeast Wyoming, and only because of the propagation, the ionosphere, I'm able to talk out to West Virginia on a standard CB radio. I am talking off of a 4-element beam. That does give me about, what is it, I don't know if this antenna is 30 something dB of multiplication. And what that pretty much means is it takes my 4 watts that I'm putting out, and it essentially increases the power just through the design of the antenna, where it's equivalent to putting out, quote unquote, like 34 times that 4 watts. Perfectly legal, but I'll tell you, antenna is about 90% of your system. But this DX has been coming in pretty steady during the daylight hours. It all depends on the ionosphere. Your radio signal goes up into the ionosphere and it just starts skipping, and it will come down somewhere. Usually if you can hear somebody, usually you can talk to them. Okay, now as you can hear, there's all kinds of traffic out there. Whenever you hear all that and all that stuff, that's just, you know, thousands of people trying to talk at the same time. So you're hoping that your system or your conditions are good enough that you can get over them and talk to somebody else. Just kind of a real quick breakdown. Let's see what else is out here. So there's Florida. Just so unintelligible, you know. Like I say, it's just a bunch of people trying to talk over one another. Let's try a different frequency here. How about it around DX land? How about it DX land? Highlander, cowboy country, Wyoming. Break, 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 break. Check down there in Florida, man. Mighty busy up here on this mountaintop, no doubt about it. You take care of yourself down there around Florida, the Sunshine State. Highlander around these Rocky Mountains of Wyoming. Back out. Check 2217, sounding grand, sounding real good up this way. Highlander, back out. Yeah, I got a copy on the Buckeye. How about it out there around the Buckeye? Highlander, Wyoming. Break, 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 break. see how this guy here, he's overtaken the channel. His station, his conditions, and it's primarily his conditions with the atmosphere, has given him the ability to, you know, kind of on my end take over the station. So I really can't hear much whenever he keys down. But you can wait 15 seconds and that can all change, because the ionosphere, the atmosphere is always changing. Okay, I'm going to explain something else to you too. On the CB, now this is not ham radio. Okay, CB radio and ham radio are two totally different things. To run on a ham radio frequency, you have to be licensed by the FCC, and there's like 3 different classes of license. This right here is strictly just CB radio. My handle on the CB radio is Highlander. Now, a lot of people, me included, also talk with numbers. You hear the majority of people, whenever they're talking skip, talking DX, they have numbers. My numbers are 111 or 111, whatever. So if you hear me say 111, same, it's just my numbers versus my handle. Okay. This thing right here is my rotor control for my beam antenna. I can actually, this right here tells you what direction that antenna is pointing right now. It's pointing to the southeast. This is due north, due east, due south, due west. And I can move this. And I can turn it and aim it where I want to talk. Kind of cool. That's what makes a beam also so desirable, because if I'm talking like to the southeast, it has rejection that will kind of kick noise from back here out. I mean, you can still hear and talk, but it does better at versus just having an omnidirectional antenna sticking up in the air. So that's what that is. So I can sit here and I can turn this, but pretty much everything right now is coming out of Florida up into New York, right in this area right here. So I really don't have to move it that much. If you start getting propagation coming in from the west coast, then I'd want to spin this thing around over here, Arizona, California. I'd want it out in here, or talking out into Hawaii. So, yeah, just a little gee whiz on that. Let's see what's going on here. I'm going to try a little sideband.
Yeah, I've got a DAC Mark 10 sitting right up here on my shelf. I've got a different color light in each meter, and she's been operating just fine. I got a little Palomar 1 into 4 tube amp that I run behind it at times, and yeah, it's a nice radio. It's kind of the half-breed, half electronics and half tube.
CQDX, CQDX, 111, 111, 111, Wyoming, break, break, break. CQDX, CQDX. 111, 111, 111, Wyoming. Standing by. No luck on sideband. How about about that 505 out there in New Jersey? How about that 505 New Jersey, 111? 111 Wyoming, break.
505.
See, I can hear him in there saying 111, but man, that's about all I can get. I'll tell you what, man, you take care out there around the Garden State. Happy Halloween right around the corner, old 111 around these Rocky Mountains back out. Was that Charlie 1? Was that Charlie 1? 111 being nosy, break. Hello, 2-1 out there in South Carolina. 111, Rocky Mountains of Wyoming. Break. See, this is the problem with it. You know, you get... I can hear them coming back, but other stations come in, go over the top. It's just kind of a... It's the nature of the beast, you know. I just thought I'd throw this up there. It's very interesting to me. The skip cycle runs on an 11-year cycle. We haven't had any good skip or DX or propagation in probably the past 4 to 5 years. And it's just starting to come up again. It's coming up, and here in another couple years, 3 years, it'll hit the peak, and then it'll start going away again. Then we'll have another 3-4 years of virtually none. That right there is the only reason I got into CB radio like I did, was for talking around the country, talking around the world. The furthest I've ever talked is out to Australia. One time, it wasn't like we was on a telephone. You know, I could barely hear him, and I'm sure he could barely hear me. But talking down into the Bahamas, the South. Not the South Pacific, but down around the Bahamas and Jamaica. Simple Simon. I've talked down into South America, down to Brazil, out to Hawaii, Alaska, all over Canada. I have not talked into Europe. I have not talked into England or Italy or none of that, or down into Africa, the continent of Africa. But, you know, it's a lot of fun, man. It really is. So I'm going to cut this thing off. This was just a gee whiz kind of video here. I hope that, you know, a handful of you got a little interest in it. And thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. See ya.